All right, this piece looks like do not paint me. I am so beautiful. Okay, now here we're showing our two colors. The veneer is chipping off. This piece I couldn't even repair because it wasn't even there. So I do a camouflage technique later. See how it's cracked? So coming up, I use a texture medium to make this thick consistency, but you can leave your DIY paint out in the air until it gets thick, or you can put it in the freezer and let it semi-freeze and just stipple it on and make high peaks so that when you put your second coat over it and sand it back, it makes all this layered, chippy, weathered goodness. Right now I'm using the color Weathered Wood, and then I use Prairie Gray, and I'm just blending it together, spraying it with a Mr. water bottle until they just melt into each other. The next color I will use is Sandy Blonde, and I do the same technique. The first coat that is on this as the base is Gravel Road that dried for 24 hours before I added all the other colors and blended them together. Now I start up top and use the Weatherwood again, and then I go into the Prairie Gray and the Sandy Blonde, and they just kind of meet in the middle, and it is so fun to do. Just get your spray bottle and just spray and go up and down and left and right until the colors just blend and there's no line. It is so fun. You really need to try this technique. Piece was offered to me for $250, and I was like, no, I can't pay that much because that's probably how much I'm going to sell it for. And they needed the money super bad, so I gave them $75 and needed to be about $30. It smelled like I smoked a cigarette just looking at it. It was so bad. They should have paid me to take it. Now I am using White Swan in the very middle, and it kind of looks out of place, so I just keep working with it and blending and keep going until it works. This is only the second time I've done a paint blend. You just got to get in there and overcome fear and overcome perfection and just spray and blend and brush until you get it. I liked it, and then I did something daring at the end, so keep watching. But I went ahead and took my sander and I just sanded it all over, just another way to kind of blend those colors all together, and I just really like the dark wood popping through. I could have wet distressed it because DIY is amazing like that. Just taking a wet cloth and wiping it back, but I needed to get somewhere fast, so that's what I did. I still can't believe she thought that piece was worth $250. It was in terrible condition. One time I had a person ask me to buy a piece, and I told her I was going to paint it, and she said, no, I cannot sell you this piece if you paint it. If you're new at doing a paint blend, neutral colors are a great way to get started. So here at the end, I know it wasn't good enough. So I took Mermaid Tail and diluted it 1 part paint to 8 parts water, and I put it in a spray bottle. You don't want to use your Mr. bottles because it'll ruin them and clog them up, but just get a cheap spray bottle, and I sprayed it all down. Look at the magic. Oh, it is so cool. I am loving this, loving this. It changed the whole thing, and you can let it drip and have the drippy look. I'm not crazy about the drippy look, but I did let it go somewhat. And then at the very end, I'm like, no, I'm still messing with this thing. It's still not there. And so I take some transfers and I put transfers on it. Keep watching. That's how I camouflage those missing wood pieces. And here I am taking copper pennies from heaven in the DIY patinas and just kind of taking a flathead stencil brush and just kind of brushing it on here and there just to add some more pizzazz. I was just having fun with this thing. So just to blend the copper pennies from heaven patina, I just went ahead and sprayed it with water and kind of let it merge into the other paint instead of just looking so stark. All right, now it's time to seal the piece. So I use clear wax, and then I shadow waxed in certain areas with the dark wax. And you are not supposed to do the wax and then put transfers over it, but it had set and cured long enough. I got away with it, but I would not suggest doing that. It's a very dangerous move. Your transfers can peel up. The girl who works for me ended up buying this piece, so if that would happen, I'm going to repair it for you. After you use a clay paint like DIY, you want to seal it with a water-based top coat. Then put the transfer on top of that, and then after the transfer is on, you seal it with the water-based top coat again or wax. I try to post once a week on my Decorizing Your Life YouTube channel, and I do mini lives on my Decorizing Your Life Facebook. I'd love to have you follow me over there to see all the crazy stuff I am trying to work on. And all the links to the products I use in this are in the description box. I have brushes and stencils and paint and all sorts of things you need, papers for decoupage. So look me up. Thanks for watching. Our DIY salvation solution got rid of the cigarette smell, but why am I craving a cig?